Your cat is not acting strange. It's trying to tell you something. When your cat suddenly freezes and stares at an empty corner of the room, do you really know what's happening inside their mind? You've probably laughed it off. Maybe you pulled out your phone to record it. Maybe you even looked over your shoulder, half joking, wondering if something was actually there. And yes, it's a little eerie, a little funny, a little unsettling. But behind that blank, unblinking stare, there's something most people never stop to understand. This is one of the most misread behaviors your cat will ever show you. And if you brush it off as just being a weird cat, which is what most owners do without even realizing it, you might be missing one of the most important signals your cat is sending you. Not just about the world around them, but about how they feel, about you, about whether they feel safe. Let's start with what surprises almost everyone. The empty room isn't empty to them. Have you ever walked into your living room at night to find your cat sitting perfectly still, eyes locked on the ceiling, staring at absolutely nothing? You look, you see nothing, you go back to bed. But here's what most people don't know. Your cat's sensory world is so radically different from yours that what looks like nothing to you is, to them, a landscape overflowing with information. A study published in the Journal of Comparative Physiology confirmed that cats can detect motion at speeds nearly 10 times slower than the human eye can process. What you perceive as a still, silent wall could be alive with micro-vibrations, the tiniest shift of air, a sound frequency so high it sits completely outside the range of human hearing. Your cat isn't staring at nothing. Your cat is reading something you'll never be able to read. And here's the part that hits differently when you really think about it. Your cat chooses to sit between you and that thing they're tracking. Have you noticed that? They don't run, they don't hide. They position themselves between you and the unknown. That's not fear, that's protection. Think about that for a second. That stare is not passive. It's a decision. When your cat locks eyes on something, does it ever feel like they've left the room entirely? Like their body is there, but their mind is somewhere you can't follow. What most people don't understand is that a cat's stare is not a reflexive reaction. It is a deliberate, active mental state. Cats have what researchers call a predatory focus mode, a neurological shift where the visual cortex essentially takes priority over all other sensory input. Heart rate drops, muscles coil, breathing slows. A study from the Applied Animal Behavior Science Journal found that this state of focused visual attention in cats shares measurable similarities with meditative focus states observed in humans. Their brain isn't wandering, it's zeroed in with surgical precision. But here's the emotional layer that changes everything. Your cat only enters this state when they feel secure enough to do so. A cat that is anxious, stressed, or unsafe will not stop to stare. They'll flinch, they'll flee, they'll hide. So when your cat sits in the middle of your living room, completely still, eyes fixed on something you can't see, that is actually a sign of trust. A sign that in this space, with you nearby, they feel grounded enough to focus outward. That weird behavior, it might be the most peaceful thing they do all day. It's not random. There's a pattern. Does your cat always seem to stare at the same spots? The same corner, the same wall, the same patch of ceiling every single time? That's not a coincidence. What most people miss is that cats build detailed cognitive maps of their environment. Researchers at the University of Lincoln studying spatial memory in domestic cats found that cats remember not just where things are, but where things were. Where sounds came from, where a bug flew past 3 weeks ago, where the air moved strangely once at 2 a.m. Your cat is cross-referencing their memory against the present moment. Every stare is a comparison.
Even when you feel
Does this match what I stored? Is this different? Should I update my map? And when something doesn't match, they stare harder. This is also why cats will sometimes stare at a spot where something used to be. A piece of furniture you moved, a plant you removed, a person who used to sit there. They're not confused. They're grieving the map, processing change in the only way their nervous system knows how. If your cat has been staring more than usual lately, think about what changed in your home recently. You might find the answer faster than you expect. When the stare turns toward you, this one is different. And if you haven't noticed it happening, Start paying attention tonight. Your cat is staring at something across the room. And then, without warning, they slowly turn and look directly at you. No blinking, no sound, just you. Most people look away or laugh nervously, but here's what's really happening. A groundbreaking study from Oregon State University found that cats use their owners' facial expressions and body language as a form of social referencing, a behavior previously thought to be exclusive to dogs and human infants. When your cat encounters something unfamiliar or uncertain in their environment, they look at you to calibrate their emotional response. If you seem calm, they settle. If you tense up, they tense up. That slow turn toward you mid-stare, your cat is checking in. They're asking you a question without making a single sound. Should I be worried about this? And whatever you show them on your face in that moment becomes their answer. You are your cat's emotional compass. The way you respond to uncertainty teaches them how safe the world is. That's not a small thing. That is the entire foundation of the bond between you. And if you've ever felt like your cat actually understands you more than people give them credit for, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach more cat owners who want to understand what their cat is really trying to say. The stare before something happens. Has your cat ever stared intensely at a door, a window, or a hallway? And then, minutes later, someone knocked, or your phone rang, or something fell in another room. You probably called it a coincidence. It's not. Cats possess sensory capabilities so finely tuned that they regularly detect incoming events before human perception can register them. Infrasound, the low-frequency vibrations produced by approaching footsteps, weather changes, or even seismic microactivity, falls well below the threshold of human hearing. Cats hear it clearly. A paper published in Veterinary Sciences documented cats responding to infrasonic signals from natural events up to several minutes before humans detected any change. Your cat's stare before something happens isn't mystical. It's physics, it's biology. It's a sensory system that has been refined over 10,000 years of evolution. But here's the part that matters emotionally. Your cat is not keeping this information to themselves. That stare directed toward the door, that sudden alert posture, that shift in attention, is a form of communication. They are alerting you, preparing you, including you in their assessment of what's coming. Your cat sees themselves as part of your world, not just a resident of it. Think about that. What happens when you stare back? Most people feel awkward doing this. You're sitting across the room, your cat is staring at you, and you decide to hold their gaze. What happens next changes everything about how you understand your relationship with your cat. Research from the University of Sussex, led by animal behaviorist Dr. Karen McComb, discovered that the slow blink, that languid half-closing of a cat's eyes, is not just a sleepy reflex. It is a deliberate, conscious social signal. When a cat slow blinks at you, they are communicating the feline equivalent of a relaxed, open smile. And when you slow blink back, they recognize it. The study found that cats are significantly more likely to approach a person who slow blinks at them compared to someone who simply holds a neutral expression. You are not just staring at your cat when you do this. You are speaking their language. You are saying in the only vocabulary they use for emotional intimacy, "I see you. I am not a threat. I am with you." And they understand. Not metaphorically, not roughly. Actually understand. The next time your cat locks eyes with you, don't look away. Soften your eyes, blink slowly, and wait. What comes back will stay with you. The last stare you'll never forget. This one is harder to talk about, but it's the most important one. Cat owners who have been through loss describe a specific moment, sometimes days before, sometimes hours before, when their cat found them wherever they were in the house, sat down in front of them, and simply stared. Not at something across the room, not at a sound in the walls, at them. Only at them. A long, quiet, unblinking gaze that felt different from every other stare that came before it. Veterinary researchers studying end-of-life behavior in domestic cats have noted a consistent pattern of increased proximity seeking and prolonged visual contact in cats experiencing physical decline. Cats, it appears, do not withdraw from the people they love when they are struggling. They move closer. They look longer. What most people don't know is that researchers believe this behavior is tied to oxytocin release, the same bonding hormone present in human expressions of love and comfort. Your cat, in their final chapter, isn't fading away from you. They are holding on, in the only way they know, with their eyes, with their presence, with everything they have left to give. This is not just a cat being a cat. This is love, quiet, unspoken, and completely real. We started this video talking about a cat staring at nothing, a moment most people scroll past, a behavior most people laugh off and forget. But now you know what's actually happening. Your cat is reading a world invisible to you, protecting you from the edges of their perception, checking your face for safety, speaking to you in the only emotional language evolution gave them, and staying close to you in the moments that matter most. The stare was never empty. It was always full of attention, of instinct, of something that doesn't have a clean scientific name, but that every cat owner has felt at least once. The particular weight of being truly, quietly chosen. Your cat is not staring at nothing. Your cat is watching over everything, including you.